Final quarter underway. And Australia trailing by 2-1 to Zhao Zhao. She's been a very competent performer for China. She's always a feisty customer. And Zhang has certainly been one of their stars. This is Edwina Bone. Zhang, number 19.
Yes, Zhang, Wang and Zhao Zhao really dominating the midfield for China and just intercepting, getting the ball early to their strikers and giving them lots of time to be able to mount an attack.
This is Pang Yang. Nice ball, well trapped by Morgan. Great work by Spence to Nanscorn.
Some nice aerial skills there by Nanscorn. And Georgie Morgan hasn't seen a lot of turf time, but certainly finished off the last quarter and the start of this quarter in really good form.
Here she is. Back now to Blythe. Emily Smith was high. China in front. Back with Morgan again. "13 minutes remaining in this match, the third and deciding international between Australia and China. And international hockey returning to Sydney for the first time since 2011. There's a poor pass. This could be a bit of a gift for Kenny. Kate Jenner gets the free hit on to Zhao Zhao. The ball has to be stationary when you take the free hit. Sometimes there's a little bit of flexibility from the umpires. Now here's a great chance for Australia. Emily Smith flicking that one straight into Li Dongjiao.
Yes, Emily Smith got right in behind the Chinese defence then. They had no idea she was lurking in behind. Got the ball, just not able to get a shot clear of the goalkeeper though.
He's a real goal sneak. Would have been a thrill for her family. Mother and father, Vanetta and Ashley, are up in the crowd. In fact, there were 35 relatives of Emily Smith here from Crookwell on Saturday. And for most of them, it was the first time they've seen her play in an international, because most of the Hockeyroos games are played overseas. Quite amazing when you consider she's played over 100 internationals. So yes, it's great to see hockey back on Australian soil, international matches.
Yes, for sure. It's 2011 since we had an international here, so really important for families to be able to see their players play.
"11 minutes remaining in this final quarter."
Kate Jenner back up in the attacking mid-role. Madonna Blythe back in the defensive midfield role, just to try and get some composure in the midfield.
To Zhao Zhao far side. Another good build-up here from China. Zhang. Morgan, who showed a good reflex to duck it.
Yes, Morgan's the second tallest in the team behind Jodie Kenny, so big tall girl, so she did very well to avoid that.
Well, I must tell you, she was a very good club cricketer, so she's probably used to receiving a few bounces. China in possession. 10 minutes remaining in this match. Hockeyroos need to score 2 goals and hold China scoreless to level the series. China having won the first test by 4-1, a 1-1 draw in the second. So a draw is good enough for them to win the series. Williams. And there's the penalty corner. China appealing. Ma Wei and Du Xiaoxiao.
Yes, Mariah Williams forcing the initial penalty corner, but the umpire holding a whistle, probably learning from her last mistake where she blew too early, holding possession, holding advantage. It wasn't really advantage for Australia. We had the shot and then she gave the penalty corner as well.
Savannah Fitzpatrick, who's a student in Griffith University in Queensland. Lee is there again, thwarting Australia. There's some indecision by the Australians on the penalty corner. Liang. China could punish here. And there's a foot. Australia hitting the ball onto their own player's foot that time. Just a mix-up between Morgan and also Bone, I think it was.
Yes, Georgie Morgan working really hard to get back in cover for Bone, but unfortunately he's getting in the way.
Well, we've seen this scenario before where Australia's fluffed their penalty corner conversion attempt, and then China sent the ball down the other end of the field and scored from an ensuing penalty corner. So will history repeat itself? And this could well put China out of reach. Here we go. Good save. Gee, that was an excellent save by Rachel Lynch. She put up a left glove. She was down on the ground.
Yes, certainly the striker really stretching out for that. She didn't have good foot position and really having to reach to make connection, and it being deemed dangerous. So Australia getting the free.
The clock also a big enemy now for the Hockeyroos. 9 minutes to go. Attard. Nice work by Nan Scorn. She goes over the 23-metre line to Zhao Zhao. Good defence. Just that little poke tackle. Swee missed it. Attard's there. Still going. Attard gets the free hit. And deliberately, I think, throwing the ball away there. And another penalty corner. Surely one of these have got to go in.
Yeah, I think we need to go back to the straight injection, the straight trap and the straight fling, with Jodie Kenny getting a nice accurate injection and in good position for the net to be found.
Let's get behind your Hockeyroos. Big chance to tie the game up right here.
Zhao Zhao's going to be on that left post. Swee, the captain. Lee coming out with the white face mask. She's the sprinter. Can Jodie Kenny do it? Oh, there. Someone out too quickly there.
Go again, come on. Come on, Corral, let's get behind it.
Well, Australia was looking for a variation. It is Taylor. Deflection. Williams. Here it is. Paris had the shot. It's a penalty stroke. The ball was going in, and it's been ruled off the body of one of the defenders.
Yeah, the Chinese defender seemed to be positioned and holding her ground when Brooke Paris took that rebound. But the umpires have deemed that she must have been moving into the line off the flick.
Jodie Kenny then with the chance to level up with 8 minutes to go. Here we go. The crowd tells you the story. Scores a level. The Chinese feel they're hard done by. What's your feeling?
2 goals apiece
I'd
with 8 minutes and 16 seconds to go.
We would have to have a look at it on slow motion replay. My thought was that she was in position, the defender was in position, so it was possibly dangerous play, but we're sitting right up at the top of the grandstand, Gordon, and probably a little bit too hard to call. The umpire's right on site, so yeah, and both umpires did confer, so she must have been moving into the line of the fling.
Well, the game has come alive. 8 minutes to go. The Hockeyroos now looking for a winner. And China just in the way. Madonna Blythe came in, almost got a stick to it, but it took an Australian foot in the circle. China hit back immediately when Australia scored in the second quarter. China have had a hold on it really from the start. As Nan Scorn comes away. Hockeyroos Boyd, good tackle by Bow. Williams now for Australia.
Yes, Mariah Williams, she's in everything today. She's been instrumental in attack, instrumental in defence. Super game.
Sweet.
Australia do need to win this game. China can be happy with the draw. The draw will give them the series win. It'll be interesting to see if they just try and defend their draw or whether they go out and try and get the lead.
Well, if they do go all defensive, that'll probably play into Australia's hands. Jean, picked up by Bone. Nice ball to Williams. Taking a foot of one of the Chinese players.
Williams, plenty of action.
Edwina Bone misdirecting.
That wasn't a stress ball.
2-2. 6.5 minutes to go. Ma Wei is the amateur photographer in the team. Sui. Can't find Wong Na. He's Blythe for Australia. Good build up here by Fitzpatrick. Smith was there, so too was Taylor, and now Spence. Australia gets the penalty corner. Advantage play.
Yes, certainly Australia throwing everything at the Chinese defence. The umpire calling for another foot then, but we had both lines in attack. We had the strike line and the midfield line all going up in attack. Jodie Kenny running over to Adam Commons to find out personally what variation he wants used for the penalty corner.
All eyes on Jodie Kenny as she came back into the huddle. Here's the trap. Mistrap. And that's a frustration for the players and the coach. Taylor. Just flicking that ball over the stick.
Yeah, just lifting it too high. Umpire calling it for dangerous.
Just over 5 minutes to go. Back with Kenny. Taken away by Smith and Williams. Straighter now through Fitzpatrick winning the free hit and the corner. Paris, Jenner, Attard, looking on anxiously. Am I correct in saying we haven't seen a penalty corner conversion yet from the Hockeyroos?
That's correct.
In all three games. So word has come from Adam Comments on the variation. The crowd getting very involved. Can the Hockeyroos snatch it?
Guys, get behind your Hockeyroos.
We need a swift Savannah Fitzpatrick injection here. I think Jodie Kenny's going to be the person to do it. She sure is. Finally. That's a big Easter egg for the Hockeyroos. The Easter Bunnies finally arrived with that penalty corner conversion. She is one of the best exponents in the game. No chance for Lee Dongjiao.
Certainly did, and really interestingly, as the ball was being injected, the trapper Emily Smith moved a good 2-3 steps to the right and changed the entire angle that Jodie Kenny was coming in to fling from. So that's catching the goalkeeper unaware. She was offline and leaving a good deal of room for Jodie.
China find themselves behind for the first time in the series. Australia up 3-2. If they can hold this position, they'll level the series. And there's a courageous work there by Ma Wee. Four minutes to go. Taken away by Jenna to Neil Attard. Now working to Amelia Spence. Georgie Parker up here with that hot pink stick. There's the tomahawk. Coming off one of the Chinese players there.
The Hockeyroos, plenty of build-up. Leading this game 3 goals to 2 with 3 minutes and 37 seconds as we have a quick break.
This is she's taken that one just in the solar plexus. Renee Taylor and Georgia Nanscorn.
Okay guys, in the last 3.5 minutes, when I say hockey, I want you to say roos. Hockey! 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 Oh, you need a bit louder for me, hockey!
There's a big crowd here watching on in the grandstand as Xi and Attard in her 200th international. What a celebration it will be for her if the Hockeyroos can do it. And here comes Hannah. Oh! Came from outside the circle. Outside the circle, although it was deflected into the goal. Australia not done with yet.
Here we go.
Perez comes in. Perez still battling. And well read there by Zhang. It's a nice ball up the sideline. 2 minutes and 20 to go. Australia ahead 3-2. They trailed by 2 goals to 1. They've managed 2 goals, 1 from a stroke, and finally a penalty corner conversion, their first of the tournament. Oh, it's beaten everyone. And that'll come back to the 23-metre line. Inside the last 2 minutes, can China pull back the equaliser here? Trailing for the first time in this 3-match international series.
Hockey! Hockey! Hockey!
Bao Chen Chen back to Ma Wee. Just took her eye off the ball, gives Australia a half chance.
Yep, Australia don't need to hurry, they just need to keep possession. 3-2 is enough to win the game and to draw the series. Really important they get hold of the ball and keep hold of it.
To Xiao Xiao's ball, can't pick up Liang. Georgie Morgan now from Armidale.
1 minute and 15 seconds to go.
New England Tablelands.
Hockeyroos leading 3 goals to 2.
To Xiao Xiao. Just over a minute remaining. China looking for this equaliser to take out the series. If not, it'll be a drawn series.
Good pressure by Spence. 45 seconds.
Georgie Morgan. Zhang.
Great work by
Fine
Spence.
tackle. Amelia Spence. Now Paris. And good poke tackle there by De Zhao Zhao. 30 seconds remaining. Australia have it by 3 goals to 2 over this gallant Chinese women's team.
Oh, Morgan goes to the baseline. Come on, guys.
20 seconds to go. The crowd starting to count it down. The Hockeyroos with 2 goals, 2 unanswered goals in this final quarter.
10, 9,
Have it by 3 to 2.
7,
And it looks as though time has run out for the Chinese.
4.
One last chance. And it's been thwarted by Edwina Bone. They did it the hard way. Adam Commons is relieved. There's no great jubilation because that was a very tough battle against a tenacious Chinese women's team. Australia wins 3-2 to level the series